People usually tell us that it goes something like this. Go to college, get a job, a good job, work your way up the ladder, make more money, and eventually you'll attain the life that you want to live, but it may take 40 years to get there. I started to do this process. I followed these quote-unquote fail-proof steps, and I realized that the more I got into those, something wasn't adding up for me. And I realized I see people making six figures who don't own their time. They are a slave to their work and to their schedule. And then there's people who are making much less money, who have a lot more freedom with the way that their life is structured, and they're able to pursue their purpose much more easily. So what I realized is money isn't the point for me. I started to ask a different question: what's my purpose? I've been searching for a job that would bring me purpose, would provide that, and I realized that a job is not what's going to bring me purpose. Instead, my purpose is in my community, it's in my friends, it's in my family, my wife, it's in my reach, and it's also in my passions. I'm 26 years old. I work full-time at a nonprofit, which on paper and from the outside should bring purpose here. I'm helping people every day with hunger specifically, but I've spent years working in this job. I've spent years working in other nonprofits and churches and organizations. But like a lot of people, I've wrestled with the question, how do I build a meaningful life without waiting until I'm 65 to enjoy it? Instead, I would rather be spending those hours pursuing passions, spending time with people and getting my time back, rather than most of my time being spent on pursuing this proverbial ladder that people suggest we climb. I've been unhappy with my normal 9-to-5 job for probably 2 years now, and I've been pursuing things kind of passively on the side, just in the background. But what has really shifted the scales for me and made it feel more urgent is my mother-in-law actually passed away earlier this year, and she was 63 years old. I realized that that's less than 40 years away from me. So if I put in the 40 years of work and do all of this to pursue that life, I may not even have the time to enjoy it once I get there. And I know that's not everybody's story, and that many people live longer than that. We did not expect to lose her so early, but it is one of the things that has really set me on this path, to feel like it's an urgent thing that I should start pursuing now, because there's no better time, and it's only going to get harder to say yes to that when I'm more used to the grind of the 40-hour work week, and I'm used to the salaries that I continue to increase on, and then giving that up will be even more difficult. So I've started this journey with the hope of finding a way to have control over my time again, so that I can not waste it, I can make it worthwhile, that I can give money to the things that I believe in and give my time to the things that I believe in as well. Time is much more important than income. I started to feel burnout in the positions I was in, even though they're purposeful positions. I discovered that there's a whole world out there of financial independence that I wasn't really aware of before, because the people in my circles aren't really pursuing that. They go to work 8 to 5 and they come home, and there's no problem with that. That's just something that I've come to realize is not fulfilling for me, and I would like to pursue something different. So I started pursuing side projects, started renovating a camper van, started working on creative projects that I could do by building things, making things, pursuing music and writing. And those things, I realized, helped me to escape from my work, but I couldn't shake that feeling of I still have to go to work every day for 40 hours a week, and there's got to be a better way to pursue this life that I'm wanting to build that doesn't involve something that I dread every morning. What I realized was I didn't actually want to escape work, but that I wanted to escape work that wasn't connected to the person that I wanted to become and the life that I wanted to cultivate. One of the things I decided to do to start working toward that life that I'm imagining and that I've realized other people have attained is by starting this YouTube channel. And I know there's a million YouTube channels out there, and a million that talk about some of the same things that I will be talking about. But what I want to make sure is clear is that this is not another financial channel. This is not another productivity channel. It's not another entrepreneurial channel. This is a combination of all three of those, where I'll explore things that both pursue passions of mine and also pursue financial independence for me and my family, so that I can live a life that is different than the majority of people. Video topics might include things like building creative income streams, one of which being YouTube, but I'll explore others as well. I'll talk about side businesses that I start, investments that I make. I'll talk about camper van renovations to hopefully make that into a side income. I will potentially talk about meaningful work, what that looks like. I'll talk about books that I'm reading, systems that I've created or that I learn, and experiments that I run. I'll talk about the failures that I have and the lessons that I learn, because ultimately everything I share will be something I'm actively trying. It's not that I have arrived at this goal, it's that I'm on the journey, and I want to bring anyone who's interested and on that same journey along with me so that we can learn from each other. I don't believe life starts when you reach financial independence. I don't believe that success is necessarily an 80-hour work week where you never see your family and you're constantly tired and exhausted from that job, but you're making the money you want to make. I don't want that kind of life, and I believe that money should buy options, and that ultimately one of those options should be to get that time back to spend on the things you love and the people that you love in your community. I may even share some of your stories if you stick around and we're able to connect. We'll create a space here to talk about purpose and a purposeful plan for finding financial independence at a younger age and a meaningful life. I believe that we as humans have a purpose here on the planet, and that we have purpose in the time that we spend, and where we spend our time is extremely important. Hopefully in the future, we'll be able to look back at the beginning and see this journey that we started together and see the progress and how far we've come. If you're tired of feeling like success always has to come at the expense of your present time, or if you feel like you want to build a life that aligns better with your values, please join me, subscribe, and like, and we will continue on this journey together.